happy Tuesday. Sorry I've not been around, but over Christmas I've had a stinking cold. Not COVID, so don't worry about it, but I've had a really bad cold. Still got the remnants of it, which is why I'm not wearing any eye makeup, because it's left me with streaming eyes, which I can't get rid of. Hey, never mind, don't worry. Well, we had a very, very quiet Christmas. I don't know about the rest of you, but our family that was supposed to come, my daughter-in-law's family, there was supposed to be, I think, 14 of us on Boxing Day. 2 got COVID from entirely different sources. They hadn't mingled, if you know what I mean. 2 sisters didn't catch it off each other. So it was all a big fizzle, really, because nobody could come, because of course of the COVID restrictions. So we finished up eating rather a lot of food that was destined for 14 people. The upshot of that is, of course, now we're both, well, I'll say both, all 3 of us, trying to shed the Christmas poundage. Yeah. Well, as you can see, I did finish off the largest of the 2 throws. It's now in its position on this. This is the bigger of the sofas. This is the 3-seater. I still have to start again on the 2-seater sofa. But so far my inspiration for anything to do with crochet or knitting has been more or less zilch, really. Over the Christmas period, I think all I did was eat chocolates, which is no, because I'm diabetic, and read a book. Well, read a couple of books. That's about all I did over Christmas. I just wasn't inspired to knit or crochet or do anything. What I'm wearing actually is an older one. You know, you've all had them, you've all done them. They're the, if I stand up you might be able to see. You know, the granny square, maybe if I put the camera a bit further back. You know, the big granny square sort of squares that you turn into a shrug. That's what I'm wearing at the moment. And if you want to know where I got my necklace from, it was, of course, eBay. You know me. There you go. All lovely wooden flowered beads. You know me, I'm an eBay queen. Where else would I get my clothes from? There's nowhere around here. Nothing at all. What have I got to say? Well, one person asked me about a cardigan I was wearing in one of my videos, a cream coloured cardigan that was knitted. The pattern, probably about 30 years old. The cardigan itself was 20 years old. So sadly I can't really tell you much about it, except it was a Lister pattern, I remember that. And it was done in Lister's caftan, which was a kind of a brushed arrow, which was the rage. I made it when I still had the shop, so that's going back a while. Talking about going back a while, I am actually knitting. Yes, you heard me right. Knitting. A pattern. But I first knitted again when I had the shop. I made one for myself, I made one for my niece. Probably long, long gone with my niece. I'm making this pattern. I'm making the one with the long sleeves, the pink one there, making that. But I'm making it in white. And it's from a book, The Woman Treasury of Knit and Crochet. I have looked all over it to see if there actually was a date on it. You know, it was published or something like that. But I can't see anything at all on it. It doesn't give me any clues except it came free with the woman. Or did I buy it? I don't know. It doesn't have a price on it. Maybe I bought it, maybe I didn't. It's Woman's Treasury of Crochet and Knit number 5. Oh yes, I did buy it. It was 40 pence. So it must have been pre-decimalised, well, post-decimalisation. So that doesn't give me any clue. Oh gosh, look at my roots. Oh my goodness, I need to do my roots. Terrible. Beginning to look like Lily Savage. Yeah. Oh, it does have a date. 1975. Printed in 1975. Oh, I do like my vintage patterns. As you know, I am a stick knitter. I am a 2-needle knitter. I cannot knit for the life of me on what I call wiggly worms. I cannot knit on circular needles. And to be quite frank, I don't like them. I don't like the conception of knitting everything in a circle, because you have no control over the shape really, do you? It just is, you know. And a lot of the ones I've seen top down, they're not very flattering when it comes across the chest area. You know, a lot of them pull, a lot of them have a fold, you know, the shape of them just doesn't seem right to me at all. Yes, I've done crochet top down, but then I'm very good at sort of adapting. You know, sorry, even with Doris Chan, I adapt, yeah, and I know that Sue does too. I look at things and I'm doing things and I think, that's not right. That's not my shape. So I knit to my shape, which is not necessarily knitting to the pattern or crocheting to the pattern. Well, in case you're wondering who Lily Savage is, if you're in the UK you would know that he's actually Paul. He's called Paul, and he used to do a drag act, and she was called Lily Savage, and she had really bleached hair, but she always had the black roots. Yeah, if you don't know about it, just look up Lily Savage. Yeah. Not a real lady, if you know what I mean. Yes, so that's all I've been doing really. I've not got a lot to tell you. There's not a lot been happening in my life. There's been no knit clubs because they all stopped for Christmas. I think I told you I went out on a couple of Christmas dinners with the girls and the people from the community centre that I'm a member of. We went out to, you know, a couple of nice Christmas dinners. But that's kind of stopped at the moment. I'm going back tomorrow. I'm going to the first knit club in the afternoon tomorrow after Christmas. That's provided I'm still not sneezing and sniffing and going to broadcast my cold to everybody. If that's going to happen, I will stay home. As I said before, it's definitely not COVID. It is just a common garden cold, but it's just lingering. It just won't go away. Taking me cold tablets, taking me whatevers. It just won't go away. I did go, I think I told you, I went to have my eye checked at the opticians, or whatever you want to call them in the US. And he said it was healing quite nicely. It wasn't quite there yet, but it was healing quite nicely. And he's referred me to get the left eye done. He said it wouldn't be long before I heard, but, you know, the UK's got this Omicron or whatever it's called again, this COVID variant. And we're all supposed to be all masked up again, and, you know. That's the reason why I knew it wasn't COVID with me, because I'd never been anywhere. I didn't go anywhere, nobody came. So I haven't been in contact with anyone. So I knew it wasn't that. And I did have the cold before I went out with my niece. We went to St Anne's, and quite cold actually, but we did go and have a lovely lunch in a bistro there. But I was quite disappointed with St Anne's actually. It wasn't as I remembered it. Being a Sunday and being a bank holiday kind of thing, a lot of the shops were closed anyway. But it wasn't kind of how I remembered it. I remembered it more small variety of shops, whereas it seemed to sort of turn out to be a variety of bistros and different things like that, yeah. There were two knitting shops there, but they were closed, of course. So I didn't get tempted. And I haven't been tempted with any kind of crafting stuff while I've been over Christmas. I've been very good. I didn't buy anything for Christmas. I bought myself a couple of t-shirts, but I mean they're not very thrilling, are they, looking at t-shirts? They're like these type of things I wear a lot of, long sleeved, just plain t-shirts, yeah. I find they're very good for a bit of extra warmth underneath a layer, yeah. That's all I bought really. I didn't buy anything crafty wise. Except I've ordered 2, I don't know what I do with my Susan Bates bamboo handled 4mm hooks. I've ordered 2 since I've been here, and I was using one to do the squares for this. I don't know where they are. Gone again. I can find other sizes, but not the 4mm. I think somebody in this house, I think they've got the borrowers, they must scurry about and move them. I've looked down sofas, I've looked in all the knitting bags I've got, I've looked in everywhere, and can I find the 4mm? No. I should have 2 technically, not got 1 again. I've ordered 2, but I think they must be coming from the other side of the far side of the moon, because I ordered them 2 weeks ago and they're still not on their way. So I've ordered another one from another source on eBay, but that's not coming till February. So in the meantime, I mean, I've got 4mm hooks, don't feel that sorry for me. And I have actually got Susan Bates 4mm hooks without the bamboo handle. But you know, with the arthritis, you know, I like the comfort of the bamboo handle. So that's my excuse for not starting the second throw. If you can believe that, you believe anything. I'm just really put off. I mean, I did so many squares. Admittedly, I don't have as many squares to make for the other sofa because it's only 2-seater. This one is 3 seats. I don't know whether you can see. Oh look, my son's motorbike stuff on the end there. But it is a 3-seater. And the throw is like over the back as well as, you can't see all of it, it's over the back and tucked in, yeah. So that's, I need to start the other one. I haven't really been in my shed. As I said, nothing was inspiring me. I did go in the shed to get this, it was the ice yarn. It was the antibacterial fragrant that Kelly didn't like. Yeah, Kelly didn't like it because she said it smelled like toilet cleaner. But being in the shed for such a long time, it's kind of faded, so there's no smell to it. Yeah. Talking about Kelly, she's not been well. She's had pneumonia. She had to call the ambulance 3 times because she needed oxygen. So she hasn't been well at all. They didn't take her to hospital because, of course, she didn't have COVID. When they said if they'd have taken her to hospital, she could have caught the COVID. So they just kept coming out to her. Anyway, I haven't checked whether she's managed to get back to work again, because she's working now. She's qualified now to be a teacher's assistant, so that's where she is at the minute. So she said she's very busy doing everything, which is probably why you've not seen any videos from her. Sue is doing very well. She's waiting with bated breath for her great-grandchild to be born. He apparently is a lazy little boy because he's a few days overdue. He was supposed to be born on, I think it was the 2nd of January or something, and we're now, what, on the 11th? And I've not heard any summonses that he's been born yet, so... I haven't seen Sue, obviously, because like, we've all had colds. There's been the COVID lockdown. She's up in Scotland. As far as I know, she's not had COVID. But I think she's keeping wary of everybody just in case she can come down and visit the new baby, which I'm sure she'll be itching to do once he's born. That's about really all I've got to say. My 2 great-granddaughters were here, the youngest ones were here the other day. They were here for 2 or 3 days because they had childcare problems. And I was looking after them one day, just for an hour, because, you know, my family had gone out somewhere. And I had maroon velvet trousers on. Excuse me. And the elder of the 2 turned around to me and she said, oh no, I think it was the younger of the 2. Why have you got Santa Claus's trousers on? I said, they're not red, they're not Santa Claus's trousers. She said, they are. She said, they're like the same material. Whether she meant velvet, I don't know. But I've not seen Santa Claus wearing maroon velvet trousers. Answers on a postcard, please. But she does have a very vivid imagination. She tells me all kinds of things that, you know, you think, I don't think so. But you know what they're like when they watch. She's 4. And her other sister, I think she's coming up 6. They're not the 2 youngest great-grandchildren of mine. We've got a little boy who's 3. But they are like the 3 littlies, if you know what I mean, because we've got older ones, but they're older still. I think we've got a 6-year-old and a 15-year-old, a 16-year-old. We've got some step ones. I don't know how old the step ones are. No one's 16. I don't know how old the others are. We've got quite a little mixed bunch, really, our family. Quite a little, I won't say menagerie, because that's dogs, isn't it, and animals, yeah. Talking about menageries, our little puppy is now much, much better and back to her little naughty tricks. As you know, she had to stop obedience classes because she was ill with her first season. I've never known a dog be so poorly. She was a month. She was living at the vet's, you know, the vet was giving her this antibiotic, that antibiotic. And eventually it was like an antifungal, whatever it was he gave her, an antifungal tablet as well as the antibiotics, that finally finished up curing her. We don't know why she was so poorly. I mean, we've had bitches before that have not had any problems with their seasons, but this poor lass, she was really poorly. Anyway, she's now fighting fit, but of course she had to stop going to her doggy training, which she was, you know, doing okay at. But with her being in season, we couldn't take her. In the meantime, the doggy training classes we used to take her to, she's had to stop them due to unforeseen circumstances, so we're going to have to find her somewhere else to go now, because she seems to have gone airheaded and forgotten everything she ever knew, yeah? You know, her recall has gone out the window. She can still do the sit down and the lie down and the whatevers, but when she's out for a walk, apparently the recall's, you know, she does her own thing. She sees a puppy that she fancies, like, you know, to play with, she's off, you know. So that needs a bit of work, yeah. As you can tell, they're not in at the minute, otherwise you would see her coming in and out, in and out, in and out. She's like Poppy, she always wants to come and look what I'm doing, but whereas Poppy would stay and sit down and let me have a cuddle with her, Rosie, no. She comes in, has a nosy, has a look round like that, and then she goes out, leaves the door wide open, of course. So you have to go and shut the door. Oh, she'll fetch me a ball, but she doesn't want to play. Huh? Why do you bring me a ball, Rosie, if you don't want to play? Don't know. Anyway, who is to fathom? Well, how old is she now? A 9-month-old puppy's brain. Don't know. We had another little puppy here the other day. I think she's called Sadie. It belongs to one of my daughter-in-law's daughters. She was a cute little thing. She was only tiny. She was a little, I think she's a staffy, but she's only little. She was the runt of the litter, so she's tiny. But she was so cute, yeah. She was a cute little one. And she was playing, I mean, Rosie was playing lovely with her. It was really nice, yeah. Anyway, enough about dogs, yeah. That's, Erin Gimme 418, they've adopted a new dog. I think it's called Dexter, I'm not sure, Dexter. It's a golden retriever anyway, it looks gorgeous. It's hurt its paw, so it's got a little bandage on its paw at the moment, yeah. And you know, I follow the guy who has all the millions of chihuahuas, well not millions, he has about 30 I think. He's poorly, he's got pneumonia. I know he won't watch this, but I just hope he gets better very soon. Pneumonia's not fun, as Kelly will probably tell you. So, yeah. And I'm a survivor farm that I watched. He's got 3 lady emus to keep his emu company. Carl, is it called Carl the emu? Yeah. But as for other videos, I just haven't watched any. I keep saying I'm going to watch a video, I'm going to watch somebody's video. I mean, they all did that December everyday thing and I didn't watch anybody's. And I don't know why, I've just been off knitting, off crocheting, off everything. I don't get colds, I don't get flu, and I don't get colds. So this cold has just surprised me. Because the last time I had a cold, I think, was about 15 years ago. I just don't get them. I'm blaming my son for this one because he had a bad cold just before Christmas. So that's the only person I can think I've got it from, because I've not been anywhere. Not done anything, I've not been out of the house. My son says I'll take root if I don't go out soon, but you know, I just don't like cold weather, and my eye definitely doesn't like the wind on the seafront. It does not like it. Oh, I tell a lie, I have been out, went for my diabetes check, which I don't know the results of, but I know full well it's going to be, you've been a naughty, naughty girl, because I know I have. But what's Christmas? You can't eat biscuits and you can't eat chocolate. What the heck is Christmas all about? Yeah, so you have to forgive the baggy eyes because I've been crying. I don't mean crying, sobbing as in upset. I mean crying because my eyes just cry. Hence no eye makeup, because it would make them worse, yeah. So that's all I've got to say to you. I just hope you're all doing your knitting and your crocheting and you're not an idle little so-and-so like me. I've nothing much else to tell you. I'm very boring, aren't I? This is why I decided not to even attempt to do one a day for December, and definitely not doing one a day for January, because I can't even do one a month these days. Maybe when life gets a bit more interesting, if it ever does, yeah. Maybe then I can give you some more videos. Anyway, thank you very much for keeping me company. So I'm going to go now and I'm going to make some soup because I'm on a healthier eating. It's another thing, I've got a cough. Healthier eating because I've put a little bit of weight, only 2 or 3 pounds, but that's the start of the rot, isn't it? So I need to get rid of those, and I need to get rid of a lot more because I am overweight. So bye for now, enjoy your Tuesday, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye!